to build narrative power for your professional services firm, whether you are a designer, a consultant, an engineer, a marketing agency, accountant, recruiters. Build IP, build intellectual property. This is one of the most potent, the strongest, the fastest ways to build narrative power for your business. Narrative power is your ability to influence and structure the norms, the habits, and the relationship within your organization and with your market, with outside, with your prospective client, with your clients. When you have strong intellectual property, you can dictate the way you want to work. And that is invaluable, because when you can do that, your margins go higher, your freedom is protected, is respected, and so on. So why do I say that intellectual property has a strong leverage on narrative power? Because of many reasons, but let's take just a few of them to start with. So first, intellectual property helps you build deep expertise. It shows that you know what you're talking about. And I've heard it from some of my clients. I was turning my back and I heard somebody comment and saying, well, with what he wrote, with all the framework, Guillaume knows what he talks about. He knows his stuff. These were the words. So when you hear this means that people recognize that you have a deep understanding of your subject matter expertise. A second reason is that it builds trust, right? When you have intellectual property, people will trust you and will be loyal to you because they know that you have taken the time, that you have invested, that you have a very big amount of hours of sacrifices that you put into building something that is of value. So you care about it. So they will be more inclined to trust you and to give you their loyalty. That's the second reason. The third reason, and another reason, is that it helps you differentiate. And for professional services firm, this is like a key. This is a key. You don't differentiate because you do the work better than others. I see this all the time. We are faster. We are more reliable. We are trustworthy partners. This is just fuzzy stuff. What happens when you have strong intellectual property is that you differentiate because you take a different stand. You have a perspective, you have an opinion, you're opinionated. You develop a brand of a company that is opinionated, which means that you use your intellectual property as a reason to disagree with your colleagues and niche mates and peers in your market. So you differentiate naturally. It's in your DNA, and that is crucial in markets where there are, how many of your firms are there out there? You know, there are like, look for a new consulting firm. There's like a whole bunch of consulting firms available, and now they come from all over the world. They come from not just from your local area. Another reason that I just thought about is that when you build intellectual property, you engage in the process of continuous improvement. It's innovation. Intellectual property is your innovation process. So the metaphor that comes to mind is intellectual property is like your software. Can you imagine if you were a tech company and you don't have software versions, you always run on the same software since 1995, you would be out of business a long time ago, right? Well, it's the same. If you are a professional services owner, CEO, leadership team, business owner, solopreneur, invest in your intellectual property, because it's the number one factor that drives the power that you have to run your business the way you hope to run your business. It's a major, major factor. I'm doing this video because I see so many of you guys just wait. We just wait. Oh, well, yeah, we'll do that in between client works and we'll in between client projects, but it takes time. Intellectual properties build like with layers. You know, it's like the bark of the tree. You know, years after years, the tree circles that you see when you cut a tree. That's your intellectual property. It builds years after years, hours after hours, days after days. I'll take the example of the strategic narrative canvas, which is my framework to create narrative power. Do you know how many versions of that framework I have created so far? I'm probably on version 15 because I release a new version every year. And I started about 15 years ago just on that one particular framework. So now I have 15 versions, and I just released one. Look up and look at one of my recent videos. I just released yet another version. That's how, and this is another reason here. So maybe I'm on reason number 5 or 6 at this point. Intellectual property helps you become a leader in your market, a thought leader, because yes, experts are not paid for what they do with their hands. They are paid for what they do with their mind, their thinking. And you do this through building intellectual property. So I know I sound like a broken record, but I hope you got the message, and I hope that you won't wait any longer and that you will start on the journey to build intellectual property today. Let me know how it goes, and please feel free to contact me if you want any clarification, any tips, any guidance on this journey. Take care. Good luck.